Hey, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Salvadad here, coming to you with another video. This video is going to be talking about some tips on trading. Trading is a key thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everybody does it. It's just amazing. It's fun. It's one of the main reasons I love to play the game, is because I can trade cards for cards. It takes a lot of skill to be a really good trader. You have to know your prices. Like I said, you have to know your prices. You have to know what your cards are worth, and you have to know what's good and what people want to trade for you. Like, you could trade a $65 card for tons of like $2 cards, but 95% of the time, none of them are gonna go. So you need to figure out what's good and what's not, like, and what to trade for. Like, okay, so here's some tips on trading. When trading, I'm just going to use Abyss Megalo for an example, because I've seen some people pull these and get ripped off really bad. Okay, so let's say I have an Abyss Megalo, and I have no other trades at all. Just this card. I'm a new player, I just started out. I have a decent deck. Let's just say I'm running Samurais. Okay, so I can take this Abyss Megalo, since I do not have the money to buy this deck, and I could probably trade it and get a trade book for me, so I don't have to go out and spend the money, and then trade. Or if I didn't want to trade for a trade book, I could trade and get a lot of little cards, like cards that people are actually gonna want, not like randoms, like band cards like Horn, Heaven. But I could take it and get a lot of little cards and start off that way. Or I could take my Abyss Megalo and trade it for some Abyss Lindes and Abyss Spheres. Let's say some person offered me 2 Lindes and two Abyss Spheres, or something in that manner, and then I have 5 cards to trade off. There's something called, let's just say this is the deal, because these are about 10 apiece, these are about 15, so there's, that's only like 50. I mean, this guy's like, I mean, you could probably even get another Linde in that. I don't know, like, it just kind of depends on the person, what they're willing to give up. But honestly, you could probably get 3 Linde and 3 Sphere. And right now, Mermails are really hot, so if you wanted to start off that way, you could also do that too. You could trade, I value mine at 65 to 75. You could trade a $65 card and get maybe $80, $70 worth of cards. Depends on the person, how much they need the Megalo. So that's the nice part about pulling really expensive cards, is people will trade you well, and if you know what you need and what you're looking for, you can actually come out pretty good on the trade in the end. But you can also get ripped off really bad. Like, some people, I've seen them trade maybe a Megalo for a Wind Up Zenmains and a Shockmaster limited edition, and they'll say, deal, because I need these 2 cards, but Megalo's worth 75 and these are only worth 5 apiece. I just got ripped off. Bad. So you guys, main thing when you're trading is to know your card prices, know what you need. And if you're a new player starting out in this game, ask a judge. Judges will tell you straight up. And if they don't want to talk to a judge about the trade, you're probably getting ripped off. And if the judge says it's a bad deal, it's probably a bad deal. You should be able to go to someone and be like, I am a new player here, I need help building stuff. I need help, I want to start building a trade book, I need good cards. I know, and if you've been to locals a couple times, you should know what some decent cards are. And maybe if you need help on your deck, if you want to build another deck, trade the Megalo and get cards for your deck. Get Pot of Dualities, Pot of Avarices, Staples, MSTs, Solemns, anything. Like, I mean, but let's say you don't have a Megalo. Let's say all you have is cash. Let's say you have for example, $20 cash. $20 cash. When you're buying cards, you want to buy cards for lower value. So on this Wind Up Zen Mighty, I value my Zen Mighty at 5 trade value. You want to buy a Zen Mighty for $2 or $3 cash. Or I say Zen Mighty, Zen Mains. $2 or $3 cash. You don't want to pay retail for a card when you're using cash in Yu-Gi-Oh! So whenever someone has cash, they will never, unless they're a noob, they will never spend the retail price. Let's say I want to build an Dolces, for example, and I need 3 Queen Tiramisus. Queens are about $20 a piece, $20 to $25 a piece. Different people price their cards different. I value my queens at 20, probably. And then, if I'm going to use cash, I probably want to buy queens for $12 to $15 a piece. And then, that's why cash is always better than trade, because you can go out and get cards like this for $36 instead of $60 trade value, and you just saved yourself some cards. I mean, and like I said, guys, it's so much easier just to go out and buy cards than buy packs. I'm saying, like, I know $4 isn't gonna buy you a Megalo, but if you need this Megalo and you would spend $4 a week to get a pack, I mean, eventually you're gonna have the money to get a Megalo. Or you could have bought that box and not pulled anything and said, I'm done, I didn't get my Megalo. Wow, I just wasted $80. Nice. I'm just saying, it's hard market out there, and people will scam you. Like I said, if you have one of the good cards out there, people are going to try to trade with you because they know you're a noob, and most likely they think you don't know anything about the game, and they want to get your cards off you. I bet every single Yu-Gi-Oh player has had one time in their whole experience, me, myself, where they ripped someone off in the end. It became in their favor. It didn't seem like they were ripping them off, or even if they knew they did, it happens. Like, you hate to do it, but when it comes down to it, this game's about making money in the end, and having the good cards, and etc. And you want to do what you want to do to get those good cards. And if it comes down to ripping someone off, I guess you're going to have to rip them off. Because there's no other way they'll trade it, and they just need this card. Let's say I need your Queen Tiramisu, right here, and all you see in my book is Gaga Cowboy. And I'm like, well, and then they're like, I'll do that. I'm like, well, I'm ripping them off by a lot, but I mean, I need that card, so I guess I'll do it. That's what normally happens. People will say, all I need from you is that card. I'll do that. The noobs should figure out that that's not all that's in their book. Just because your friend ran that and beat you one time doesn't mean it's the best card in the game. And you obviously don't have a trade book, so if you have a Queen Tiramisu, you should be trading that to get lower value cards to help your deck and to help your trade book. That's my little rant on that, guys. I just see it all the time, people getting ripped off, and it kind of makes me mad. But once again, it happens. I mean, and that's part of the game. Like, I used to get ripped off all the time. I can go back to days where I got ripped off so bad, and I wish I never did it, but it happens. It's part of the game. It's part of the learning experience. Part of getting good at this game. So, thank you guys if you're watching this, and Happy New Year, everyone.